Mr. Dillon!
What did Gunsmoke hide from you? What appeared on screen was only the surface of the true story. Behind the glitz and glamour of a Western television series that lasted 2 decades lay a treasure trove of buried secrets, cut scenes, unseen moments, and bold yet controversial decisions that shaped the legend of this iconic show. Premiering in 1955, Gunsmoke was more than just a television series. It became a cultural symbol of America, elevating the Western genre to a classic status. With its lead character, Matt Dillon, played by James Arness, the show depicted a harsh yet captivating world where justice was always tested. However, this success came at a cost. Many pivotal scenes were omitted, and some of them could have completely changed how audiences perceived the show. The cutscenes and behind-the-scenes secrets not only highlight the process of creating a masterpiece, but also raise the question, did audiences ever see the full truth about Gunsmoke? Get ready to uncover untold stories about this legendary TV series. Breathtaking backstage drama, narrow escapes from death. The set of Gunsmoke once witnessed a horrifying disaster that neither the crew nor Hollywood could ever forget. It was an otherwise ordinary day as the team prepared to film a small fire scene, just a bit of smoke and a small flame that would last a few seconds for effect before being extinguished. But no one anticipated that the event would turn into a real nightmare. When the switch was activated, rather than a gentle flame as planned, an entire wooden house on the set exploded like a bomb. The fire erupted fiercely, debris flew in all directions, lights collapsed, and the scene became a chaotic battlefield. James Arness, who played Marshal Dillon, was standing dangerously close to the explosion's centre. His iconic cowboy hat was blown off, a large wooden shard grazed him, and for a moment, everyone thought he wouldn't make it. The set erupted into screams, and the team fled in panic. Some had their clothes singed, while others fell to the ground in shock. The entire set was engulfed in smoke, dust, and cries for help. Fortunately, James Arness escaped with minor injuries, but this incident left an unforgettable mark on everyone present. After the disaster, the producers were forced to rewrite all safety protocols on the set and tighten inspections to ensure such a tragedy would never happen again. However, this wasn't the only danger the Gunsmoke crew faced. The set was also rumoured to be haunted. Built on land that was once a Civil War soldier training ground, the site was said to house restless spirits. Many crew members claimed that late at night, after everyone had left, gunfire would suddenly echo across the set. Even though no scenes involving guns had been filmed that day. Some even swore they saw shadowy figures gliding through Long Branch Saloon, the iconic bar in the show. But whenever they checked, the room was completely empty. Initially, these occurrences were dismissed as coincidences or technical glitches with the sound equipment. However, as the phenomena recurred, fear began to envelop the crew. Some refused to work night shifts, while others requested transfers to different departments, unable to shake the eerie feeling of being watched in the dark. If ghost rumours only sent chills down spines, a prop gun accident served as a stark reminder of the daily dangers of their work. On one occasion, while preparing for a scene, a gun loaded with blanks unexpectedly discharged at close range. The flame from the gun's muzzle shot straight into the face of a nearby technician. He collapsed to the ground, his face badly burned, ears ringing from the explosion, and his hearing impaired for days after. The set fell silent in shock, as the accident happened far too quickly to process. Fortunately, the technician survived, but the incident served as a costly lesson. From then on, the Gunsmoke crew implemented an unprecedentedly strict firearm inspection process. No gun was allowed on set without undergoing 2 rounds of thorough checks to eliminate even the smallest risks. Despite these precautions, the incident remained a lasting trauma for those who witnessed it. Amid all the challenges and risks on the Gunsmoke set, perhaps the most inspiring story was the extraordinary resilience of James Arness. the heart and soul of the show. Few people know that Marshal Dillon's strong and steady gait on screen concealed a painful secret. For the last 10 years of the series, James Arness battled severe chronic arthritis that made walking a torturous ordeal. The constant pain nearly immobilized him, but Arness refused to let it impact the show. His solution? He requested that all his scenes be filmed on a single day. On that day, he would endure the pain and stand tall before the camera, delivering a flawless performance as Marshal Dillon, the unshakable symbol of justice in the Wild West. After filming, he would spend the next 6 days resting and recovering. This routine continued for a decade, yet audiences never noticed. All they saw on screen was a strong, commanding Marshal Dillon, ready to face any challenge. 2. Deleted scenes that disappointed fans. Not everything filmed for Gunsmoke made it to the small screen. Behind each completed episode lay numerous deleted scenes, ranging from unfinished drafts and rough cuts to moments deemed unfit for broadcast standards. These strict editing decisions not only reflected the production team's perfectionism, but also turned these cutscenes into hidden treasures that fans longed to discover. One of the most famous deleted scenes was revealed in the special edition Best Westerns of the 50s on Blu-ray, where viewers got the chance to watch the director's cut, a version featuring scenes that never aired. Among these was a sequence showcasing Matt Dillon, James Arness, performing an impressive gun-spinning move at the end of a scene, right after defeating a villain played by Bruce Dern. Although brief, this performance highlighted Dillon's exceptional gun skills and the confidence and authority that defined him as a Western icon. Unfortunately, technical issues plagued this footage during its Blu-ray release. The image occasionally blurred and lost focus, frustrating viewers. Some fans even had to delete and re-download the video multiple times in hopes of fully enjoying the scene. Ironically, these inconveniences only added to the legendary status of the footage, making it one of Gunsmoke's most sought-after deleted moments. Another notable cut scene appeared in the episode Buffalo Man. This sequence, shown as a draft during a film editing workshop, featured a gritty and intense fight between characters. The raw close-up shots of heavy punches, laboured breathing, and a suffocating atmosphere vividly depicted the harshness of the Wild West. However, the scene's raw violence and unpolished nature led to its exclusion from the official broadcast. Some believed it was too brutal for television standards of the time, while others felt it needed further refinement to meet quality expectations. Regardless of the reason, the scene remains a testament to the crew's serious investment and relentless effort to deliver the most authentic moments possible. Beyond these, Gunsmoke had countless other cut scenes, often removed because they didn't fit the pacing or narrative of the episodes. A prime example was the experimental action sequences performed by Matt Dillon. James Arness frequently showcased impressive stunts such as spinning guns, quick draws, and other complex cowboy maneuvers. However, not all of these shots made the final cut. Some were omitted because they disrupted the episode's rhythm, while others simply didn't achieve the perfection that the crew demanded. These deleted scenes from Gunsmoke were not just discarded or incomplete clips, but valuable fragments that gave fans a deeper insight into the meticulous and innovative production process behind the legendary series. 3. The cast's past revealed. Behind the glamour of Gunsmoke are the surprising real-life stories of its cast, ranging from criminal pasts and creative innovations to tense conflicts among the actors. Louis, the pitiful drunkard of Dodge City, was one of the most intriguing characters in the show. Yet few people know that James Arness, who played Louis, had a past that could rival a movie script. Before joining Gunsmoke, Arness was a homeless drifter, surviving by stealing and spending years in prison. This dark past became the raw material that allowed him to deliver an incredibly authentic and haunting portrayal of Louis. From his tired eyes, hoarse voice thick from alcohol, to his trembling posture, none of it required acting. Initially, Louis was merely a comedic side character, but Nusser's natural talent and charisma convinced the writers to expand his role, transforming Louis into a deeply layered figure who could make audiences both laugh and cry. Gunsmoke not only changed Nusser's life, but also made Louis an unforgettable character. Meanwhile, Chester, Marshal Dillon's loyal companion, was a unique creation of Dennis Weaver, the actor who portrayed him. To make Chester stand out, Weaver decided to give his character a distinctive limp. This limp quickly became Chester's trademark, making him a memorable part of the show. However, what few know is that this fabricated limp came at a high cost. For 9 years, Weaver dragged his leg in every scene, which caused chronic pain in his muscles and spine. After leaving Gunsmoke, he realized he had forgotten how to walk normally and spent months relearning how to walk like a regular person. This sacrifice is a testament to Weaver's dedication to bringing Chester to life on screen. However, perhaps the most shocking story involves Marshal Dillon's one and only kiss, and it wasn't with Miss Kitty. For 20 years, fans eagerly awaited a romantic moment between Dillon and Kitty, the woman who always stood by his side. But what they got was a kiss with a guest character, played by Michael Learned in the episode Matt's Love Story. This episode immediately shocked and angered viewers. We waited 20 years just for him to kiss a stranger. The unresolved relationship between Dillon and Kitty, though filled with unspoken understanding and tension, was never realised. This not only disappointed fans, but also turned their unfulfilled romance into one of Gunsmoke's greatest mysteries. Tensions weren't limited to the screen, but also brewed behind the scenes, most notably between Milburn Stone, Doc, and Dennis Weaver, Chester. On the show, audiences loved the witty exchanges between Doc and Chester, but off-screen, the two actors could hardly get along. Stone was serious and strictly followed the script, while Weaver enjoyed improvising and adding unscripted lines. This difference in approach irritated Stone, and their relationship gradually became tense. At times, the atmosphere on set was so heavy that the writers reduced the number of shared scenes between the two to prevent conflicts from escalating. Although they never fought openly, the tension between Doc and Chester was palpable to everyone on set. These behind-the-scenes stories not only add to Gunsmoke's allure, but also highlight the creativity, sacrifices, and inevitable conflicts that came with making the show. These elements helped create a television legend that fans will never forget. 4. Bold decisions that nearly got the show banned. To sustain a series like Gunsmoke for 20 years, the producers had to make bold, sometimes controversial decisions. These choices not only ensured the show's longevity, but also solidified its place in television history. One of the most shocking stories was the departure of Burt Reynolds, a rising star of Gunsmoke. In 1962, Reynolds joined the cast as Quint Asper, a half-Native American blacksmith with a strong and captivating presence. The character quickly became one of the most beloved on the show. However, at the height of his career, Reynolds unexpectedly announced his departure, fearing he would be typecast as a Western actor. This decision left many shocked, with some accusing him of career suicide. Yet Reynolds proved them wrong. Within just a few years, he rose to fame on the silver screen with hits like Deliverance and Smokey and the Bandit, becoming one of Hollywood's biggest stars. According to Reynolds, Gunsmoke taught him discipline and laid the foundation for his hugely successful career in film. However, not all of the producer's decisions were welcomed by viewers. One of the most controversial moments in American television history was CBS's decision to cancel Gilligan's Island to save Gunsmoke. By the late 1960s, Gunsmoke had begun to lose momentum, and CBS had to make a difficult choice: either let the series end or change its time slot to attract more viewers. After much deliberation, CBS decided to move Gunsmoke from Sunday to Monday nights. However, to make room for this change, they had to cancel another popular show. The victim was Gilligan's Island, a beloved comedy adventure series. The decision outraged fans of Gilligan's Island, but for CBS, It was a gamble that paid off. Gunsmoke regained its viewership, drew in large audiences, and extended its run for another 10 years. However, the resentment of Gilligan's Island fans persisted, making this one of CBS's most contentious decisions. Another fascinating story from Gunsmoke involves the episode The Collector, a prime example of the boundaries of television during that era. Finished in 1966, the episode departed from the flashy gunfights typical of the series and instead told a dark, haunting story about a ruthless tax collector who drove people to despair and hopelessness. There was no redemption, no justice, only the oppressive shadow of helplessness that loomed over the entire plot. After watching the episode, CBS executives immediately shelved it, deeming it too dark and heavy for family audiences. The episode remained banned for 20 years until the 1980s, when television standards became more relaxed. When it finally aired late at night, The Collector quickly became a phenomenon among fans, celebrated as a forgotten treasure of Gunsmoke. However, no decision hurt the Gunsmoke crew and fans more than CBS's abrupt cancellation of the series without any warning. After 20 years on air, becoming an integral part of millions of lives, Gunsmoke ended in the most anticlimactic way. In 1975, CBS decided to cancel the show without informing the cast or the audience. When the final episode aired, no one realised it would be a farewell to Dodge City. There was no special finale, no emotional goodbye, just a regular episode like any other. This left millions of fans feeling betrayed. James Arness, who played Marshal Dillon, later admitted that he and the entire crew were deeply hurt by CBS's cold decision. The bold, and at times ruthless decisions by the producers left an indelible mark on Gunsmoke's history. These choices not only extended the show's longevity, but also created a treasure trove of behind-the-scenes stories full of controversy, contributing to the legend of a series that continues to endure. Thank you for joining us in exploring the fascinating and unexpected behind-the-scenes stories of Gunsmoke, a television legend that lasted 2 decades. From dangerous moments on set, heartbreaking deleted scenes to the conflicts and sacrifices of its cast, these elements have all contributed to an everlasting legacy. Gunsmoke is more than just a TV show. It's a symbol of creativity, effort, and the challenges that a dedicated team must overcome to deliver a masterpiece. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on more exciting content. Share your thoughts about Gunsmoke or your favourite classic TV shows in the comments below. See you in the next video.